What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm Down South 77, and this is an adult collector channel where we usually talk G.I. Joe classified, and once in a while we'll talk about some stuff that's not G.I. Joe classified, other things that I am interested in. That's what we're doing today. It's not really classified, it's classified adjacent. That's the new buzzword. It's adjacent, but it works. I mean, it really does describe this stuff that is made to go with any line and, in that scale. And we are, of course, going to be talking about the Ramen Toy REV van, the Ramen Economical Vehicle 01. That is the plain Jane, plain white wrapper van. This thing finally come in. I got my REV Raider, which is the all blacked out one with the armor. I have a review up on that if you're interested. If you hadn't seen it, you can check that out. But I ordered multiple vans, and I finally got the other two. Friday, UPS dropped them off in the rain. That was a good time, but they're okay. It's just it's tough cardboard. It's good waterproof cardboard. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out, take a look at it, and see how it compares to the Raider. Now, there's not a whole lot of difference in them other than I believe the wheels are different. And, of course, this one does not have the windshield guard and the brush guard and all that stuff. But it does have the magnets in it so you can put that stuff on the white van. That is what I am interested in seeing, is how that looks. So it's not really going to be that different, it's the same thing. It's just white with, I think, different wheels. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it out and check it out, and we'll set it up beside the Raider. And I would say the Racer as well, but I don't have that much room on this table. Glad I got a little more experience in getting one of those out of the box than I did last time. So just first look, just getting it out, checking it out, getting it out of the plastic. I like this. I like this finish on it. Just looks neat. Just something about a clean white van. I've always liked the vans, and this thing does have these nice aluminum wheels. I do dig those. Now these are black on the REV, and we'll look at those here in just a few minutes. Everything's pretty much the same. You got your markers up here, and it stands out on the white, I think, even better than it does on the black. So go ahead, spin it around here, get a look at the back. You got your tail lights, actual lenses in there, actual texture in there. The aluminum bumper, of course, as I said, on the Raider, all of this is blacked out. So these are details that really do seem to stand out on this one, even more than they do on the all black one. You got your quad exhaust. There's what that side looks like on the driver's side without the sliding door. And that's it. Just not a whole heck of a lot to it. Same underneath. You got the 8-point exhaust coming out. I love that. These things, Ramen likes his cars because these would be loud, just loud AF. Dualed out, going into 4 pipes on each side. I cannot not talk about that every time I see one that's done that way. So front wheels, got to turn a little bit, and ain't gonna do a whole lot for rolling it around. That's just kind of more for photography, but not a lot there with the turn. So we'll go ahead and open this door, get this nice lariat, however you want to pronounce it, butterscotch, peanut butter seats there, the captain's chairs with the flip down armrest. Those things are nice. I got them in my truck. I just like the detail on the seats, man, and the console. Everything's done in this nice tan leather or, you know, vinyl, whatever, pleather. Which is funny because it's, you know, meant to be just like a plain Jane work van. So there's what the inside of that looks like. Do still have your diamond plate on the floorboard, and trying to tell, no, I think that's the same. It almost looked like that was a different color, but it's not. So pop our door out. Just pops right out like that. Slide it back. And you got your diamond plate running through the inside of the cargo bay. This is a lot more like pronounced for some reason on this one than it is on the Raider, and I mean it's just because all of this is black, so this doesn't stand out even though it's inside. It just doesn't stand out nearly as much on the Raider. Our back doors, we'll go ahead and open them up. Them nice. I don't see any issues anywhere with any paint, any plastic. And you know how they say like dark vehicles get dirty easier? It's going to be the same on these vans because this type of plastic collects dust. I actually have a little duster in here that I brought in here. Ooh, there we go. I brought this little duster in here because the Raider and like the Ramen Racer both, they're dust magnets. Now, my house is dusty, but so it's not going to show on the white like it did on the black. So keep that in mind if that's a factor in, you know, if in you purchasing one of these, then keep that in mind. So that's going to be for the other side. Check out our mirrors here. Just a little reflective. See, I'm in there somewhere. There's the camera. All right. I just thought that would be funny. I did have a little bit of issue popping these mirrors on the other one, but now that I know how to do it, you have to use a little bit more force than I was comfortable with at first to pop these on, but they do go on pretty easy. Just get those slots in there, and it's easier to do the, there we go. Well, that one's not wanting to, well, I'm not getting it in there. That's what I was going to say. It's easier to do that tabbed one first. Oh, there we go. Got to drop something. Always got to drop something. Never fails. Now, I had a little bit of trouble with the other one getting these in there, getting them pushed in. But that tab there is not wanting to go in and catch. Seems like, there we go. See, that scares me, putting that much force on it. The tabbed end, the short end, is really the one that needs to go in first at an angle, and then you just push, fruit, push. So we got our mirrors on. That one still looks crooked. It's still not in there all the way, is it? It is not. Man, it went in there, it popped in there. It's holding too, it's just loose. I might fool with that later. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's not going to pop out. That's kind of weird that one fits in there wonky. That's okay though. I mean, have you ever actually seen a van like this that still has both mirrors attached anyway? But I dig that it has chrome mirrors. Like, that's so funny. It's just plain Jane with chrome mirrors. But I do like the detail in here, the aluminum on the bumper. It almost just looks like there's somebody that works out of this van and takes the best care of one of these vans ever. Let's see if I can get that ring light glare off of there. You guys are probably blinded. Go ahead and grab the Raider. Got it sitting over here. Yes, I am going to run the little duster over it before I show it to you guys. It needs it. There they are, kind of side by side, where you can see the difference on the blacked out. I guess I could have at least turned the same view on the vans, huh? So this is not, you know, this is glare right here. So let me see. Nope, glare from a different light. Never mind. But this, of course, all black wheels. You got your same wheels that are blacked out. But you see how just like the lenses and stuff, they pop so much more on the white, even with them being different colors here. And of course, I do have Punisher in there. Got him in there. I got this van for Punisher. And I'm really not planning on doing any kind of permanent modifications to these vans, so let's move that back. I have long arms, so it's, you know, reach around the camera. It's hard to get these all in view. So there they are from the front. And then let's see if we can show the cargo side. I'm trying to do this without knocking stuff off of the Raider. So there's that one. And there is that one. And I don't have the armor, the windshield armor on, because the way I have it set on the shelf, I want to be able to see the Punisher in there. So that's the only bad thing about the windshield armor, is that it completely covers Frank up sitting in there, or whoever you're going to put in there. I don't know why anybody would put anybody other than Frank Castle in this. So all of this should fit on here. So I'm going to take all of this off of the Raider and see what it looks like on the 01 regular old plain Jane REV. Tried to get this thing turned where it wasn't getting ring light glare. So I think this is going to be pretty interesting looking. Let's go ahead, and here's the wing, the air wing. And same thing on this one as you got on the REV, the magnet on this side. For some reason, like, it's there, it pulls it into place, but it's very weak. I don't know. I heard him say something about reverse polarity on the magnets, but it doesn't seem like it's pushing it off. It just doesn't hold very well on one side. So you gotta be careful when you do that, putting that on. So I think out of everything that I would put on one of these, it would be the brush guard, and those pop off. I was just looking at that. So those are caps. These are actually your rubber caps that go on the front of your bumper, or used to when bumpers were actual visible bumpers. I just now noticed that. That's some pretty good attention to detail to fill those, and they just pop right off. If you have this that you want to put on there, that looks pretty slick. And then of course we can put that on. I kind of really dig the look of the white van with the accessories from the Raider on it. I'm kind of digging that. It needs some black somewhere else. If you could somehow swap the wheels from the Raider onto this, the blacked out wheels, that would be slick. I'm sure you can do it. I'm not about to take these things apart, but I'm sure somebody's done it. Probably Gun Bunny's probably done it. So that's what the plain Jane white one looks like. It looks a little awkward, but something about it I really like. It really does need something. Like if you were going to customize this, do these, and then put some kind of logo or something back here. But I like that look, man. If that had the black wheels, that'd be just about perfect. So you can see from the back with the wing on there. And then back of our KC lights. I'm moving my mat around here. All right, there we go. And then, of course, you got your back. If you want to see all the way through, I think we already showed that, but we'll show it again. So that's about it. there's the difference between the plain white one and the Rev Raider, which is a 03. I am going to grab a figure and see if we can get a figure in here. Did have a little bit of a tough time getting Punisher in there, but once you figure out how to pre-pose them, not that bad. And I'm going to see if I can get this mirror to pop in there where it needs to be. So, all right, like 5 minutes later, got dial tone in there because he's literally sitting right here beside me on the shelf. And honestly, this would make a perfect surveillance van, and dial tone looks like a Joe that would be running surveillance. So you can see his feet down in there. He is most of the way seated. I didn't pull him back out. I had him all the way set down. You can see a little bit of space in there underneath him, but you can see that his head is not quite hitting the sunroof up there. So pre-posing is your friend. These seats, there's not nearly enough room on these seats for a 1/12 figure that this is made for. It works, but you definitely need to do some pre-posing with your figures before you put them in there. Most all of your regular normal size Joe's, Marvel Legends will go in there once you pre-pose them, get them in there and get them set down. But any bigger figure, like you're not getting Roadblock in there, anybody like that. So you can see I still got some room to his head in the sunroof there. So these seats really should have moved back. I mentioned it in the Raider review. These seats really should have come back to about there. At least another 1/4 inch would have made a lot of difference. Either way, he's in there and he looks pretty good. I do recommend heating up your figure and doing some pre-posing. One of the hardest things about this, like with him, was getting his hand on the wheel. I gave up on the right hand. I got his left hand on the wheel. I gave up on the right hand and just put it on that shifter lever in there because, and it's not because of the van, it's because of the plastic on these new Joes. Their hand plastic is so rigid. I just couldn't get it stretched enough to get it on there in time because you do have to work with it. So I like this one. I like the black one. I like this one. I am happy with these vans. I know there are people that have knocked some of the shifter knobs off and it is just plastic, or not plastic, it is plastic, but glue. So it's not that hard to put back on. I haven't had to do it with mine, but I've seen several people that have. So go ahead and see if I can get, putting that glare right in the last spot I wanted. And so trying to get both of them kind of side by side so you can see in there. But man, that ring light up there is not working with me, is it? So there we go. That's more what I wanted. It's not even on and it's still in the way. So kind of a side by side with those guys sitting in there. I'll grab somebody and put in the passenger side of the white one since that's what we're showing here. Same thing on the passenger side. You do want to pre-pose them, although I did cheat a little bit and grab Leatherneck just because he happens to be sitting here. So you really want the top part of the knee joint straight, or maybe one click, and then bend the bottom part of the double jointed knee a little bit, and he goes right in, sitting on the seat. And it takes a little more work if you want to get his arm out the window, which, I mean, let's be honest, this van probably doesn't have air conditioning in it. So there you got Leatherneck and dial tone cruising down the street, getting ready to go do some plumbing or something. So, and I did get that mirror snapped on there, so that wound up being a non-issue. I just wasn't using quite enough force because I was scared to snap it. So, all right, there's Rev '01 Ramen Economical Van. I do recommend picking one of these up if you like the 112 vehicles, if you got room for them. They do eat up quite a bit of room, but they're fun. They're fun to do photography with if you do any of that. So I think for the price for what you're getting, I think they're worth it for all of the uses you can get out of them, especially one like this that you can literally use with anything that's in this scale. That's what it was designed for. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this review, go ahead and hit that like, that thumbs up, that subscribe, all that good stuff if you are not yet. And I'll leave a link for the recoil van over here on the side somewhere. And I will see y'all down the road. This has been 3 Star Draw.